Hello, my beautiful Geminis. It is me, Mystic Intellect, and today we're going to go ahead and get started for a reading, a collective message for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. Spirit told me specifically to do Geminis tonight for some reason. So if you are a Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus, this is for you. Feel free to text my number 470-588-1584 to inquire about my services and pricing, and I'll be more than happy to serve you. Okay? What message does Spirit currently have for Gemini placements right now? All right, so we have the Penguin, which talks about the period of darkness that you've been experiencing is now passing. Okay, all right. The Snow Shepherd says, take some time out of your usual life and spend it in solitude. Your ancestral, and then we got the owl that says, your ancestral spirit guides are offering you guidance now. So pay close attention to signs and omens from them. So I instantly saw a vision of somebody like basically doing the shush motion. And that's telling me that someone here needs to go deep within, okay? You need to separate yourself from the chaos, or separate yourself from a group of people or a scene or an environment where it's too loud for you to hear your inner voice. Somebody here is going through something right now in their lives where it's hard for them to really hear themselves think or to hear their intuition talk or speak out loud, okay? Whatever that you are going through, though, it's temporary. And they want you to know that the worst has already, like the worst is already, it has occurred already. So it can only get better from here on out. You need to go outside, Spirit is saying. You need to go outside. Take some time out of your usual life and spend it in solitude. Go outside, spend some time in nature. If you have a botanical garden nearby, a botanical garden could do you so well at this time. You need to also, they're saying spend it in solitude because the validation that you may be seeking from other people that you may not be aware of is not helping the decisions that you're going to need to make here right now and in the future, okay? Someone here needs to take a break from doing readings or receiving readings. And look, I know you're watching this reading, but when you're done, you need to spend some time alone. Okay, spend some time alone with your own thoughts, with your own intuition, because too much can still be no good. Too much readings, too much advice, too much he say, she say. Too much of that can be no good for your brain, for your mental health, for your sanity. And not enough people talk about that. Not enough people talk about how daunting it can truly be on your mental health when you have so many people telling you one thing and then so many other people are telling you another. It's not good. It's not good. Too much advice is not good advice, okay? Too much advice is no good advice, because you end up following nothing. You end up listening or hearing nothing out of all the shit that you heard people give you or say to you about whatever you were thinking about, okay? What else is coming up here? What else is currently going on with Gemini placements that Spirit want them to know? We have the Hierophant, and the Hierophant talks about standards, values. I like to look at the Hierophant as like a long-term energy. It's here to stay. It's history. It's tradition. It's something that has been going on for time and time and again. So something here is taking place in your life that's here to stay. And the card that clarifies that is the Nine of Cups, which is the happiness card. Your happiness is here to stay. Your happiness, your truth, your calling, your intuition. There's some things that is here to stay for you long term. Six of Cups, pleasure, is showing up at the bottom of this card, which talks about you and someone here maybe from your past could be reconnecting. An energy from your past could be very strong right now in your life. Also, on a personal note, without talking about anyone else in this reading could also be about you tapping into what makes you just truly happy, what makes you truly feel. Some of you guys may have not really felt truly like emotionally connected to the feeling of happiness in a very long time, because things have just been showing up and showing out of nowhere. But this is the time in your life, Spirit is saying that you must lay some things to rest with the Death card, because that fell out too. And there's just some things you need to allow to die so that you can bring in the gift that keeps giving, that is destined for you to have in your life at this time. So the Death card is Scorpio energy. It's described by Scorpio energy. So, and after Libra season, we're entering into Scorpio season. So as we get closer and closer, this will be the perfect time to start cutting out, doing cord cutting. Do some cord cutting rituals, say a prayer, write some things down, start cutting off energies that don't serve you, and just start making your grand exit out of people's lives and people's energy that just cannot go with you to the next destination of your life calling, okay? What else do you need to know? Okay, so we have the Hangman. So think before you do, think before you speak. Focus on letting go and surrendering to the divine at this time. Whatever you don't understand, pray about it, ask questions, but pray about it first and write your thoughts down, and then address things later. Somebody may need to hold off on maybe some travel. Somebody may need to hold off on making irrational or impulsive decisions. I mean, not irrational, but yeah, impulsive decisions. Whatever you're thinking about doing, they're just saying to hold off, don't do something yet, because there's some things that need to be handled first. There's some things that need to be handled first, okay? All right, so what else here? So let's go ahead and tap into the energy of this coming week. What's coming up this coming week for Gemini placements? So we got the Lovers. You may be in a very talkative mood this week. You may want to socialize, get out, share your loving vibes, loving energies with someone here. Your love life can be significant this week, and Gemini energy is represented by that as well. Virgo could be significant. The Hermit is coming up, so a lot of you guys could be focusing on your work. You could be focusing on going within, being analytical, very critical of certain things, very nitpicky. It shows you being very responsible this week. You could be in a very responsible energy this week, trying to basically take control of whatever it is that you may have lost, or some things that you may have lost control over. We have air sign energy, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It talks about you may be doing a lot of thinking, a lot of writing. You may have a lot of ideas coming up this week. You may be needing to gather some information about some things that you know you need to address. Like I said this earlier. Didn't I just say earlier that you guys are going to be in a very talkative mood this week? Somebody here is going to have a whole lot to say, whether it's you or someone else. You may have ADHD, or you may have the symptoms of ADHD and may have been thinking about getting checked out for that. It's just random, but it's okay. If you feel like you need to go get checked out, go get checked out. This could be your sign. But it is showing that someone's going to be in contact with you this week that could serve you significance as well. What else is showing up here for Geminis? Your love life. So your twin flame soulmate dynamic is showing up here. You could be deepening an existing bond with someone, or if you're single, you could just be falling in love with self and just getting closer to who your soulmate may be. Or they could pop up. They could pop up this week. You can meet your soulmate this week if you're single. Last but not least, we have the Tree. So it talks about someone who's feeling grounded this week. Your health is looking good. Everything is looking good pertaining to just your outer and your inner. It talks about you evolving and connecting to source even more. You could be focusing on grounding your chakras. Go on YouTube in search of chakra balancing music or chakra balancing frequency, so that you can get tapped in with this and clear up whatever it is that's hanging loose from your energy. It's also talking about lineage, so someone could be connecting themselves with a grandmother or grandfather energy this week, whether they're alive or not. It shows someone coming through. And last but not least, we have the ring. So there's a strong commitment that you could be making with somebody or something here. You could be deepening a bond, like I said, with an existing lover who you are meant to come into union with, whether it's, like I said, on a physical or spiritual plane. But it does show an agreement here, and this agreement could be between you and someone else. I'm also picking up on this. Keep making your relationship private. No one needs to know who you are dating right now. I feel like somebody's relationship is going through some trials, maybe some tribulations, okay? But you need to keep things private. Keep some things to yourself. Privacy is the best policy, okay? Privacy is the best policy, honey. Perfect timing is showing up. Everything is meant to happen when it is meant to happen. But I do see something or somebody standing the test of time in your life. So if you have been wondering about a person, I do sense and feel that if you have been questioning your love life, don't question it, especially if you're watching this video. There is someone that is meant to come into your life and stay in your life long term for good. You are also, and then if you are also dealing with someone, things will work itself out, especially if you're having conflict with them. I'm also sensing that someone here is going to get married before the end of this year. Or next year. It depends on, like, you know, the engagement to the marriage part. Someone is getting engaged this year. I'm seeing an engagement. And I am seeing marriage before the end of next year. So if you guys are interested in booking a reading with me, my number is 470-588-1584. Feel free to text me, and I hope and pray that this reading has given you some clarity about some things. Have a good one.